Hello friends, this is Adam with Movie Guy 365, and today I'm going to review the 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray edition of Escape from New York. If you're new to the channel, please hit the like button, subscribe, hit that bell notification. You can also find me over Twitter, Instagram, and Letterboxd at Movie Guy 365. Okay, Escape from New York is here on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray, released by Shout Factory. It comes in a slipcover edition, available at your local and online retailers. Now, as far as the film itself, I am a lifelong fan of director John Carpenter. I grew up with the man's films. I mean, of course, they're iconic with Halloween, Escape from New York, The Fog. I could just go on and on. In fact, I even have several pieces of artwork, from his films, hanging around in places in my house. And I just absolutely love the man's films. Of course, Escape from New York, I remember seeing this one with my father. I was really young. We rented a VHS tape and I was hooked. I know a lot of people gravitate towards Halloween as their go-to Carpenter flick. But for me, I think, with Escape from New York and of course The Thing, I just could go on and on with the director's films. But yeah, I love the movie. Of course, you have Kurt Russell as Snake Plissken, one of the great anti-heroes. So good. It still holds up even today. Of course, the futuristic world of 1997. Oh, how things have changed. But yeah, I love the film, and I was really happy that we got this on 4K from Shout Factory. I know Studio Canal released an edition on 4K a few years ago, but for us in the States, this is the first time, and yeah, I'm anxious to talk about the 4K disc. So. All right, we're going to talk about that picture quality and audio in just a moment, but first, let's do a quick unboxing. Okay, we have the Shout Factory slipcover edition of Escape from New York. I like original artwork. I always felt this to be an iconic image. So yeah, it's pretty cool. It just brings me back memories when I initially saw this on VHS, and I'm glad they chose this art for the cover. And then we have the back and the spine. Same for interior. There's no reversible because they're pretty much using the original artwork. And then we have the 4K disc and the other discs. So yeah, overall, I really like this edition of Escape from New York on 4K. Now let's talk about the picture quality and the audio. Escape from New York on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray has a 235:1 aspect ratio with native 4K resolution, an HDR10, and Dolby Vision for the grading. For purposes of this review, I will be discussing the Dolby Vision encode. Film grain appears fairly consistent throughout the movie, and it's mostly medium in density. I didn't detect any kind of DNR, so the experience remains very filmic for purists out there. Having not owned the Studio Canal version on 4K, I'm unable to make a direct comparison between this one and the Shout Factory release, at least when it comes to visual quality. But, noting the specs, the new edition from Shout Factory does support a new Dolby Atmos audio track, which I will go into more detail in the audio portion of this review. Escape from New York is a very dark movie, so black levels need to be really on point, and thankfully I feel they managed to be done well on the 4K. For its part, the Dolby Vision grading manages to keep things consistent in that area, especially during the movie's many nighttime scenes. Watching in a dark room on my OLED, I was actively looking for signs of troubling black crush. I've read previously that the Studio Canal version had a few spots within the HDR layer that displayed crush, but in my viewing of the Shout Factory edition with Dolby Vision, I didn't find that to be the case. At any rate, your setup and experience may yield different results. Shadows are generally well rendered throughout the film. Escape from New York's color palette is nicely refined with slight punches here and there. Electronics, fire, radar screens are vibrant and stand out from the otherwise more neutral tones presented in the film. Skin tones look excellent, very natural. Clothing also appears richer. Snake's brown jacket, for instance, looks very good with the Dolby Vision bump. The daytime sequences bring little nuances to the color, and overall I feel it makes it look a little bit more pleasing in that area. When it comes to details, resolution gains are very noticeable when comparing to the existing Blu-ray. Clothing once again is a prime example here. From soldiers to prisoners, details are more visible. The Duke's shoulder epaulets, for example, You can definitely make out the individual strands, as with the holes and tears on Snake's jacket near the film's beginning. Set pieces are also well defined, especially in close-ups, allowing the viewer to really enjoy new depth to the picture. As I mentioned prior, this edition from Shout Factory supports a new Dolby Atmos audio presentation. Don't worry, audio purists, the original audio options are also there for your enjoyment. As for the Atmos, this new mix is a welcome addition. Be forewarned, it's not the most punchy experience. Gunfire, for instance, still sounds a little bit flat, mostly dated to the audio source, but where the Atmos really shines is how it opens up the soundstage. Surround activity is plentiful and engaging, with Carpenter's music featured prominently all throughout the mid-level, backs, and heights. Atmospheric sounds are also pleasing. The crowd chatter during Snake's fight in the ring is all around you. Helicopters, ambience, and other audio cues make up the rest of the well-presented surround sound environment. Height activity is mostly complementary in nature, but it does round out the overall experience. Front-end audio is full and robust, with dialogue clear and easy to understand. The low end is modest, but it mostly comes into play during scenes that would absolutely call for it. For the picture quality, I'm going to give Escape from New York on 4K Ultra HD a B+. Shout Factory's release is a fine-looking 4K. The movie's filmic appearance is nicely preserved, with HDR and Dolby Vision offering good enhancements to the color palette, black levels, and grain structure. Fans of the film will be very pleased. For the audio mix, I'm going to give this one an A-. For owners of the existing Studio Can Now release on 4K, the addition of the Dolby Atmos on this edition might be enough to consider an upgrade. The audio soundstage is opened up very nicely, and it's engaging and will give the listener plenty to enjoy. The Atmos, in my opinion, is a great experience. So that is my review of Escape from New York on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray from Shout Factory. If you're interested in picking this up for yourself, I will leave an Amazon link in the comments section. If you use it, it really helps out the channel. But if you have the disc already, let me know your thoughts down below. In the meantime, please like, subscribe, hit that bell notification. So until next time, this is Adam with Movie Guy 365. I will see you at the movies.